Hello designers, welcome to this channel. So in today's tutorial, we'll be learning how to make this beautiful exaggerated sleeve using our crinoline. Okay, I'll be teaching you how to sew with your crinoline. So if this looks like what you'd want to learn, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and do well by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorials. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for always watching my videos. God bless you. So this is the sewing aspect. I'll be teaching you how to draft and how to sew it as well. After I was done making the dress, this is what the final outcome looks like. As you can see, it's looking so beautiful and pretty. So guys, let's get straight into the video. So guys, we are going to be doing some calculations right now. The round sleeve measurement that I'm using is 14 inches. Okay, so I've made the dress already. I'm going to be measuring just like you see me doing. Remember, is this fabric is on fold, so into 2 will be 14. This is 7 inches. Okay, so we'll be making use of this 14 inches. So our round sleeve measurement is 14. Please go ahead and measure your own. Now I'll be adding 1 inches extra for joining because we are going to be opening the side of our flay. So I'll add 1 inch for the joining. So this is going to be 15 inches. Okay, so we'll be making use of 15 inches instead of 14. So now we are going to be calculating 720-degree flay. So in essence, we are going to be dividing our round sleeve measurement by 2. Then each of these will be dividing by 360-degree flay. Okay, please just follow what I'm doing. Divide your round sleeve measurement by 2. Okay, so normally if when we divide it, we'll have 7.5. So this 7.5 is what we'll be using as the new radius of our sleeve. The round sleeve is what we'll be using as a round sleeve. So to calculate the radius of this sleeve, we are going to be dividing 7.5 by 6.28. So had it been we wanted 360-degree flay, would have just divided 15 by 6.28, but because it's 720, we are going to be dividing that 720 into 2. So that's why we divided 15 by 2 first. So when you divide your 7.5 by 6.28, you have 1.19. So now the length of our flay, we are going to determine that and add it to the radius of our sleeve, our circle. So the length of the flay that I'm working with is 5. So when we add this up, we'll have 6.19. So this 6.19 will determine what will be folding on our fabric. You can't just start folding anything anyhow. So you're going to be, this value is what will determine what will be folding. So now I've gone ahead to pick up my pattern paper. I'll be marking 6.19. So I've gone ahead to mark 6.25 to be on a safer side. You can mark more than, then you fold it again. So we are folded into 4. Okay, so I'll be marking 6.125 and 6, that is 6.25. Sorry, I'll be marking 6.25. Then I'm going to connect just like you see me doing. If you are calculating for 360, all the sides must be equal. So this, like you're cutting a square, so all the sides must be equal. So now we are going to be marking the first one 1.19. Okay, so instead of marking the 1.19, I'll be marking 1.25. So go ahead and mark 1.25. 1.25. Place your tape at the hem like so and mark just like you see me doing. So this is it for the radius of the circle. Next, I'll measure the length of my flay, which is 5. Can you see that? I'll go ahead and mark 5 inches. Place your tape like this and mark 5 all the way around until you get your circle. Okay, so I'll go ahead and cut out just like you see me doing, and also cut this other part out. So guys, after I was done cutting, this is what it looks like. When you open it up, this is what it looks like. Okay, so I'll be cutting two of these for one sleeve. Okay, two of these for one of the sleeve. Then I'll transfer to my fabric. After I was done transferring to my fabric, this is what it looks like. As you can see, I've gone ahead to transfer to my fabric. And also, I didn't add seam allowance to the upper part. You can decide to add that. I've opened up the side seam. Can you see? Because we'll be joining to make one sleeve. So I have about 8 pieces here, because I'll be using the same fabric to for the lining. So two for the lining, two for the main fabric, okay, just for one sleeve. Then for the other one, another two for lining, two for fabric, making it 8. So we'll be cutting the second layer, because we'll be having 3 layers here. We'll be cutting the second layer. So I'll place my first layer on my fabric. I folded my fabric into 4. So I want the distance between the first and the second to be 2 inches. So make sure you secure this down so that it doesn't shift. So the difference between the first layer and the second layer is 2 inches. So go ahead and mark 2 inches, just like you see me doing. Okay, so after I was done marking, I'll go ahead and cut. Please, I'm cutting 4 at once for the second layer. So I'll still go ahead and cut extra for the lining. Okay, so I actually use 3 yards of doll face satin for this tutorial. So I've gone ahead to open up one side. So for the third layer, the last one, I'll place my second layer on this. Can you see that? I'll place my second layer on this. Then the distance between them, I want 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and mark 1 inch. Remember, the distance between the first and the second is 2, while the second and third is 1. So go ahead and mark 1 inch. Then go ahead and cut out. So I'll be cutting another 3 of this, making it 4. So for the 4 layer, I'll be using my lining insert, because I exhausted my fabric. So I'll be using lining for the third layer. So I'll have 4 of the actual fabric as the doll face, then 4 lining as the lining piece. So as you can see, I have 8 pieces for each layer. This is second one, third one, then the fourth one, the fifth one, the sixth one, the seventh one, and the eighth one. So I have 8 of these on each of the layers, because I'm using the same fabric for the lining. This is the second layer. Okay, the same thing, 8 layers for the first layer, and 8 layers for 8 pieces for the third layer. Okay, so for the third layer, I have 4 as the main fabric and 4 as the lining piece. I'll be using my normal lining. So guys, we'll be stitching this together. So I'm going to be joining each of the fabrics together. Each piece, I'll join this to make it one. Okay, so I'm going to join this to make it one. Then I'll repeat the same thing to the other one as well. So this will serve as the main fabric. Then I'll do the same thing to the second one. So we've exhausted 2 already. We're going to pick another 2 again and stitch right side facing each other. I'll stitch half of an inch. Okay, so guys, after I was done stitching, this is what it looks like. I'm going to be placing them right side facing each other. Okay, so I'll be stitching alongside my crinoline. Please, when stitching, you are going to be placing your crinoline on the lining parts. This crinoline is about 3 to 4 inches width. So I'm going to be stitching on my lining piece. We're actually using the same fabric, so I can't really tell. You can decide to use any one. So I'll be trimming off my crinoline. I'm going to be cutting it in a slant C way. I'm not going to be cutting it straight. Just watch me carefully. Then I'll use my masking tape to secure the edge, because the edge, if you don't do this, it will make you not to be comfortable. Okay, so I'm just going to close it up like this, then trim off the excess. So you're going to be stitching on the lining piece. Then you're going to start you are going to be leaving stitching from the edge. You're going to be stitching like half of an inch or 1 inch first before stitching your crinoline with it. Okay, please stitch on the lining. I know why I'm saying this. You are going to be stitching on the lining. We cannot actually decide, because I had to use any side because we are using the same fabric for both the lining and the actual fabric. So I'm going to be stitching gently, stitch using half of an inch. Please, when stitching, you don't have to drag this, because if you drag it, you'll not get a good result. Please just take your time and do this carefully. Please do not drag your crinoline. Okay, see it, don't drag it, just stitch without dragging. So I'll do this, finish it to the end and show you. When I'm about getting to the end, I'm also going to be trimming off. Okay, go ahead and cut in a slanty way, not straight. Then I'll use my masking tape to secure it again, like we did when we started sewing. Then after doing that, I'll go ahead and continue. Okay, so just watch what I'm doing. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just go ahead and continue. So guys, the next thing, we are going to be top stitching. So you see this other part, this your allowance. You are going to fold it towards your lining piece like this. Fold it towards the lining piece and top stitch. Fold it towards the lining piece and top stitch. This particular part is not really easy. It took me a whole lot of time. So take your time when doing this. You don't have to be in a hurry, okay? And make sure you are doing this very well. Please, you are top stitching on the lining piece and not the main fabric. So go ahead and finish it up. Just watch what I'm doing. This part is very difficult. It's not the easiest thing ever. So after I was done doing, this is what it looks like. Can you see? This is the lining piece and this is the main fabric. Can you see how pretty this is looking? So guys, the next thing, I'll go ahead and join the lining and the main fabric together. Just go ahead and stitch them like so until you get to the other end. So guys, I've also gone ahead to stitch the other layers, the first one, the second one, the third one, because this is actually the second layer. So I'll join the three together, join the second one to the third one and the first one to the second layer. Then you can decide to weave the edge as well, okay, with your overlocking machine. So join them together. I was actually finding it difficult to join the three, so what I did, I started from the middle, so it was easier for me that way. I'm going to be stitching and secure with your safety pin first. By doing that, it will be easy for you, because trust me, this thing is not very easy to do, but it's something you can do anyway. So go ahead and join these three together. After doing that, we'll go ahead and join the two sides together as well. Okay, can you see how pretty this is looking? It's already giving us that effect. So I'm going to be folding them together, right side facing each other, and join. Okay, can you see that? Fold them together and stitch using half of an inch. Then I'll go ahead and after doing that, I'll go ahead and fix it to my round sleeve and show you guys the final outcome. Okay, so I'll go ahead and fix it to my sleeve. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and do it by turning on your notification bell so you can get notified when next we upload new tutorials. Guys, this is the final outcome. Drop a comment, share this video. See you all in my next tutorial. Bye.